Let's take a look. We'll go ahead and take a look now at the play offset. Right now it's starting to born particles right at 0 and emit them out. This is a pre-release version of TP, so I'm not sure if this is still present in the final version, but when we set this to maybe play offset of 100, so we really don't want TP to play that cache until frame 100, and what it's going to do is it's going to make the frame 0 of the cache start at frame 100, and then it'll play forward. So it's just a time offset. But right now, in this pre-release version, you can see we can scrub and don't get anything. So I'm going to hit simulate and then play, and now as soon as we get out to 100, it'll go ahead and start to born. So it's effectively making frame 100 in the max use frame 0 of the cache and play as though this is 0 moving forward. Okay, we'll go ahead and set that back to 0. And one of the other things we want to look at is playback particle exclude. We're going to go ahead and scrub out here, maybe stop at frame 40, and we're going to zoom in. What we're going to do is we're going to tell a bunch of these particles not to render. The way we're going to do that is use this pick function, and pick, we're going to go ahead, and you can see as we mouse over it shows us the ID number and which group it's a part of. So we go ahead and we're going to pick a bunch of particles and just carve out some space out of the middle of this wall of particles. And let's see what we get. Okay, we'll turn off pick. You can see now we have a whole list of particles that have been added. These, of course, are their particle IDs. And when we go ahead and render, we're actually going to see those particles not render, and we'll see that the rest of them have the color applied because the matter waves had given them a color. Let's say, oops, let's do this. Okay, so even though we see a bunch of them in the viewport here, they're not appearing during render time. So that's especially useful if something's coming too close to camera, or one of them's just not working out and you want to get rid of them. Okay, you can see now also on the MasterDynamic we've got a yellow icon and a play arrow. That's telling us that we're actually playing from the cache. If we set this to simulate, it's going to switch and go to a little box inside of a box. That tells us that a cache file is actually set, its path, but it's just not using it. It's actually kind of a stop icon, I guess. Okay, so something else that we wanted to take a look at, turn off that. Here we're set to play. Now these controls are available on all the dynamic sets when you right click on their icon here, but we're going to do it on the MasterDynamic. We're going to right click over that play icon, and you can see that we've got this new menu in TP3. We've got cache stop, which will tell it to actually switch from play to simulate. We could say cache play backwards, so it will actually go in reverse now. And you can see those particles are being excluded that we had picked. Okay, so that's play backward. You can see the arrows pointing the other way. We'll uncheck that and remove that check from it. Plays again the normal way. Or maybe we have to update that. Yep. Okay, other options we've got is cache unset. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to remove this pointer to this file. We're not going to do that just yet. What we want to notice is that we have another line under cache unset that says it's pointing to the actual cache name. If we click that, it's going to give us the ability to either type in a new name or go pick another file somewhere. So we could do that. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but caching over the network can be a little bit slow, so I recommend caching to the hard drive and then copying to the network. I know that could be some really big files, but it should save you on CPU time. And then last but not least, on that right-click menu, we've got that data information that we had seen over here as well. When it starts, ends, samples per second, number of particles involved, file length, actually file size, and name of the source file. So this is the MasterDynamic, and in this next video we're going to go ahead and take a look at caching actual dynamic sets.